Hi and welcome to Score Game. Before we continue our adventure, I want you guys to tell me in the comments, what do you love about point and click adventure games? Solving puzzles, the story, or maybe something else? I love everything a point and click adventure game has to offer, but I think the most important thing for me is the story. I mean, I can play a game with no story whatsoever or a bad one, but if the story is actually good, that game is just epic. Okay, so we finally made it to room 09. This is not what I expected, to be fair. I was expecting, like, I don't know, a hostage or something other than a normal room. And where's the door that was leading from my room to this room, the taped door? That means that taped door was leading to a bathroom? I'm pretty sure the taped door in my room was leading to a bathroom. Since there's another door here, let's see if this one leads to a bathroom. Yep. Okay, we solved that mystery. Now let's check this room. What do we have here? Welcome gift.
I don't trust taking them. There's the chance they could have been eaten by mice, the owner of the place, or the cleaning lady. In any of the three cases, I don't want to take them with me. They're apple cores. They really leave much to be desired as a welcome gift.
Okay, that's random. What else? A bell.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. If
Yep.
the owner finds out I entered room 09, I don't think he'll be happy. If anything happens to me, the Dead Man Inn has no insurance to cover the damages. In this room, they seem to have taken one step ahead in technology. No rope to pull.
Oh yeah, there's no rope here. There's a bell. That's kind of weird. What else? The fireplace, that's useless.
Everything starts there, in the warmth of a friendly place. I think my father meant warmth in a literal sense. Perhaps he hid something in the fireplace. Let's try searching there.
Okay, apparently the fireplace is not useless. I was wrong.
What is this? This brick doesn't seem to be bonded to the fireplace like all the others, but I can't rip it out. It seems after all these years it is partially calcified back into the fireplace. I need something to grab hold of the cracks.
Something to grab hold of the cracks. Maybe we're gonna find it in the bathroom? Because there's nothing else here we can interact with. Let's check the bathroom. Ink.
I don't need it right now. Look what's inside. Somebody forgot a nail file. Better take it. It could come in handy. Tough luck. Fate really doesn't want me to take a shower or a bath.
I guess that's it. I guess we use this to...
It seems to be working. I can take out the mortar holding the brick. Clever, a niche. Let's see what's inside. It looks like an old library card. It belonged to my father, Henry Morgan. Last read book, Properties of Concrete. What did my father want to tell me?
Okay, now we need to go to the library, I assume.
It's a card for the card belongs to Henry Morgan, my father. Let's see the last read book, Properties of Concrete. What was he working on in his final research? Better go to the library to make some inquiries.
Okay then. I guess we'll leave.
After this amazing night, it'd be better to go back to my room and rest. First, I'd rather take the key to room 09 back to reception. I'd prefer to avoid having problems with the innkeeper. I have a really big day ahead of me tomorrow. I think the time has come to find out what Dad was working on. I better check the library card again. I'm sure Dad left me some other clue.
So... I guess we leave the inn. And we search for the library. I wonder if we're gonna need to come back to the inn later. I think so. Good morning, good sir. What happened to Bonetown in the last few years? Is the public library still there? Okay, let's start with
Good
this
morning,
one.
good sir.
Good morning. How was your night?
There were moments I thought I wouldn't survive. Then I saw a ray of light and realized that the worst was over.
These are just some of the thrills you can experience here at the Dead Man Inn.
What happened to Bonetown in the last few years? I remember when I used to come here that it was a nice little town.
I think it's just progress. The young prefer to go try their luck elsewhere, apart from a few exceptions. It's just down to us from the older generation to keep up the honor of Bone Town by welcoming the incoming tourists with love and professionalism.
I'd have to dispute that, actually.
And the last one.
Is the public library still there?
Sure, boy. It's one of the crown jewels of Bone Town. At least it is according to what Margaret, our librarian, tells us. I'm simply reporting what's said because I personally never go to such places.
Strange. I would have bet the opposite. Could you tell me where it is?
Turn left at the main square, just outside the door. Boy, if you don't want to get lost, use this. It's an old Bone Town postcard, but it was used as a tourist map during the golden years. It could be of use to orient yourself and move around Bone Town.
Ah, that's weird. He actually gave us something useful. But why?
Thank you.
Are you interested in something in particular?
Just to reminisce a little bit. My father used to take me there all the time.
I guess
Thanks,
that's it.
and goodbye.
Really weird he gave us the map. I mean, isn't he like evil or something?
Better leave the key here. There you go. Now I can leave.
Is he gonna talk again to the his evil boss? No. Okay, let's check the map. Okay, the inn is here. I assume this is the library. We have a clown house or something here. Maybe this is gonna be a location. The clock tower. Or maybe not. Okay, this is gonna be a location. Okay, let's go. Here we go, right?
The innkeeper said the library. I'd better solve the clue left by my father first.
Okay, we have to go to the library apparently. Junk door. Oh, this is the library. Can we not go this way? Oh, we can, wait. One-eyed Jack and museum. And we can go this way. Holy. I'm gonna take this Jack.
I don't know how, but I hope it might come in handy.
Hey, why can I go to the museum and to this bar or whatever it is? If I can go right. Maybe now we can go right?
The innkeeper said I better
Oh, you can go this way, but it's useless. Okay, let's see if the map updated. Yep, the map updated. So there are 3 locations. Museum. Also, this is the museum, this is the library, and this is the one-eyed Jack. I assume this is like a bar or something. Okay, let's start with the library, and then we'll see.
I don't want to take anything from here. It's still material in the public domain.
Open. Librarian.
I think it's the person running the library.
You think? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you?
What happened to Bone Town in the last few years? So he's asking the same question he asked the owner of the Dead Man Inn. For some reason, I need to consult one of your tomes.
What happened to Bone Town in the last few years?
The city has always held more allure at the expense of the small villages, and Bone Town is no exception. All the young people left when they had the chance, leaving the town in its current sorry state. It seems you know our town well, although you're so young. Can I ask your name?
Of course. I'm Willy Morgan.
I'm Margaret. Margaret Teach. But for those who attend the library, I'm just Margaret. Once there was a Morgan here in Bone Town too. Then he left, seeking fortune, and he became famous. But he never stopped coming back to visit Bone Town. I don't think you know him.
You mean Henry Morgan by any chance?
You surprise me, and that doesn't happen often.
The point is, I know him very well. Henry was my father.
I'm sorry, kid, I didn't know.
Don't worry, it's been a while.
10 years ago, right?
How did you know that? Do you know anything about his disappearance? And do you know what he was working on in his final research? You know if he had enemies, maybe. Yeah, I don't think he should ask her that. I don't think you should trust anyone in this town, to be honest.
How do you know that?
Kid, I'm the librarian. I basically remember everything that is put on paper, and Henry used to come to our library a lot.
Do you know anything about his disappearance?
Unfortunately, only what I've read about. One night he was here in Bonetown. The morning after, it's like he vanished into thin air. Not a clue, not a trace. No letters or anything that could have guided the search parties to a solution.
Do you know what he was working on in his final research?
I don't know. He always read a lot, basically all the tomes you can find in here. And sometimes at his request, I had to order books from other cities as well.
Do you know if he had enemies, maybe?
Henry? Let's be serious. I think there were very few men as affable as him.
Thanks for the information.
Don't mention it. If I can be of any more help, just ask.
Okay.
I need to consult one of your tomes.
It's always a pleasure when someone wants to benefit from the services offered by our library. What are you looking for?
And the Tom is not gonna be here. It was this one.
Properties of concrete.
Oh, what a surprise! It's not among the more popular in Bonetown. I guess this is the second consultation in more than 10 years.
Doesn't it get the attention it deserves?
Here in Bonetown, people don't read a lot, especially a book like that. I could never have managed to face it either.
Where can I find it?
I guess it's somewhere on the upper floor. You should recognize it easily.
Thank you.
Okay, so his father chose this book because nobody ever reads it. Okay.
Thanks, and goodbye.
Thank you for visiting the Bonetown Library. If you need a specific book, you can ask me, Miss Teach, or just Margaret.
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Don't tell me we're just gonna go up and find the book. That can't be it.
I'm not doing any research in particular right now.
And the moment we go up, she's gonna also call the bad guy. Let's see. Apparently not. Great.
This lock is peculiar to say the least. I'm pretty sure that I'd need a special key if I wanted to open it.
Interesting. This is chaos.
How? Should I remove everything on top of it? There's no time. And above all, I wouldn't know where to put all these books. On this desk, there are books of every kind, from how to build a cuckoo clock to anchovy fishing for newbies.
Okay, and where are we supposed to find the book? How are we supposed to find the book? I mean, what? Okay, we can only interact with the desk apparently, and with this crate. We have a jack, maybe the nail file?
It doesn't work. A peculiar key is needed, or something that could force this lock.
Yeah, I don't think we
I
can
don't
use
think
the
it's
jack.
useful like this.
Okay.
I need to
It's always a pleasure. What are you?
Maybe we need to tell her the other two and something will happen?
Not very famous pirate songs by Threepwood.
Unfortunately, that's one of the most requested books. There's even a waiting list to consult it.
Grog and Other Delights.
It hasn't been available since 1998, when grog was declared a substance harmful to health, and the book was never reprinted again.
Grog, are you kidding?
It was a short-lived law, abolished immediately afterward to avoid a mass uprising.
Luckily,
Don't get me started. A cup of grog in the morning is like a panacea. But in case it happens again in the future, I have put aside a personal supply.
Properties of Concrete.
Oh, what a surprise! I guess this is the second
Doesn't it get the...
here in Bonetown. I could never have...
Where can I find it?
I guess it's somewhere on the upper floor. You should recognize...
Thank you.
How should I recognize
Thanks.
it easily?
Thank you. If you...
Thanks.
I mean... What? Properties of concrete. This one? Can't interact with it. Yeah, I don't think we can just find it like this. I feel like we need to open this crate. And yeah. Okay, let's visit the other areas. Maybe we're gonna find an item or something. Hello, chicken. Barrels.
I don't think that dragging this barrel of over 100 liters would benefit me a lot. I don't see how the complete menu of the One-Eyed Jack would help me. If I had to guess, there are more than 100 chicken dishes. I may be wrong, but I think the owner specializes in cooking chicken every possible way. Menu of the day: chicken, or chicken and salad, or chicken, salad, and cheese. While for drinks, there's only grog. It's like an ancient artifact. In poor condition, touching it would surely mean damaging it, even though time has already done its part. One-Eyed Jack Restaurant. The name is catchy, the sign much less so. I don't know what's worse, the chicken wings used as bones at the sides of the skull, or the general state of the sign. Everything here is going to the dogs. I wonder what happened to the city. It wasn't always like this. I don't think there are any books here. It's not time to enter there yet. I need to use the clue left by my dad first.
Okay, so we can't actually go in. So the only point of letting us go this way is maybe to find this jack? Can we find anything else?
At first glance, it appears to weigh over 100 kilos. Surely working out in the gym made me stronger, but I don't think it performed any miracles.
Maybe I can use the jack on this?
I don't think it's useful like this.
Never mind. Anything else around here? Okay, so since we couldn't go inside the restaurant, we won't be able to go inside the museum.
There's a sign with the word museum, which rules out the possibility that it's a library. I'll go back there later.
Yeah. Okay, so the only item that we found so far is this jack. How can we use it?
I don't need them. It's one of those old message boards on which they hung the wanted posters. Here in Bonetown, time seems to have stopped. There are still posters of the gang that was raging here decades ago. The members have become famous. I recognize the posters of Rufy, Nami, and Zoro. The others are faded from exposure
Rufy,
to
Nami, and
weather.
Zoro.
There's also a little footnote. Posters offered by the
This
Lafitte
is reference
amusement
to
park.
One Piece 100%. Okay. Butter.
I don't need it. It looks new.
Okay, then we have to do something inside here. Books.
Let's try.
Okay, so I think I found it. It's this book that was holding
It
the
worked.
table.
Check out what we have here.
Holy, but this book is huge, dude.
Let's see what it is. It's another letter from my father. It's dated July 22nd, 2008, earlier than the other one. There's also a piece of paper that seems more ancient, but I can't figure out what it is. Better take a look right now. If Dad did all this so that I'd find it, there must be something important.
Oh my god, I can barely read this. I hope it's you, Willy, who's reading this letter. Otherwise, all my effort will have been in vain. My latest research confirmed that Captain Kidd and his crew found a huge treasure. I don't know where they hid it, but they draw a map which was divided between the members of the crew. Before his execution, Kidd hid his piece of the map in the cell. I managed to find it still intact. Oh, it was a dot there, I didn't see it. This means that the map was never put back together and that the treasure still lays somewhere forgotten. You will find a piece of the map together with this letter. It is, of course, unusable without the other pieces. Okay, from my research, it seems that the rest of the crew took refuge in Bonetown, waiting the return of their captain. After years spent looking in every book of the time, I finally discovered the list of the crew. Okay, and there's a bunch of 8 names. Find the missing pieces and reach the treasure before someone else does. I can't say anything else. Fine. Time is short. I feel I'm being tracked. I don't know if we will ever meet again. Love you, Dad. Okay.
Now I understand what the piece of paper was that I found with the letter. Dad always performed great feats, but I never imagined he was looking for kids' treasure. It has always been said that it was basically a legend. I don't remember the complete story exactly, but maybe the librarian can help me. And I have a list of names. Better start asking information of the townsfolk, without attracting too much attention. I don't need my father's old library card anymore. Even if someone found it, it would be useless. I have the letter and the piece of map belonging to my dad. It's not my priority right now. I think it's the person running the library.
How come all across Bonetown the gutters seem to be new? Am I wrong, or did you tell me your name is Margaret Teach? Oh shit, she's one of them. Is she not? Do you by any chance know the story of Captain? Wait.
Thanks, and goodbye.
Thank you for visiting. If you
Thanks.
Thanks. Okay, let's check it out. Teach. Charles Teach. So she's the descendant of this crew member. Nice. So she has one of the pieces, or maybe this piece is her piece.
It's not my priority. Am I wrong, or did you tell me your name is Margaret Teach?
That's correct.
Do you know a man named Charles Teach?
Your question surprises me. How do you know my great-great-grandfather?
I'm doing some research on the genealogy of Bonetown, and I stumbled upon the Teach family.
Yes, it's been several generations now since the Teaches settled in Bonetown.
What can you tell me about Charles Teach in particular?
He was the one who brought the name Teach here to Bonetown, but of his past, little is known. My great-grandma told me that he was a former fisherman with a knack for books. This library is a donation he made to the city of Bonetown just before he died. After he arrived here in Bonetown, he devoted himself exclusively to reading, and many of these books were bought directly by him. He had so many of them that he basically founded the town library, which then became the family business for the following generations, too.
And he didn't leave anything else apart from the books?
All he left is stored on the upper floor, but it's mostly junk. The real treasure was his books. There's also an old crate without a key, but it looks empty.
Okay, so we need to open that crate to get the map piece. Okay, the story of Captain William
Do you
Kidd.
by any chance know the story of Captain William Kidd?
Sure, it is mostly a legend. In the golden era of piracy, Kidd stood out for his endeavors, if you could call them that.
The endeavors of a pirate aren't exactly heroic most of the time.
Anyway, his ship, the Adventure Galley, was supposedly filled with treasures, when it suddenly disappeared. A few years later, in 1701, Kidd was captured and executed, but his ship and the crew were never found.
What do you think happened?
What always happened at that time? Kidd and his crew squandered all the loot, and to cover their tracks, they sold or even burned the ship. After this story, Kidd became legendary.
Thank you.
And the final one was this one? Yes.
How come all across Bonetown the gutters seem to be new?
They are new. There's been some geological instability in the last few years. We don't know yet if it's due to natural causes or human activity. In any case, the result is that Bonetown no longer has a working water network, and the only way to retrieve some water at a decent cost seems to be this one.
Whose idea was this?
Maybe the only person who really cares about the state of Bonetown, our Mayor Steve Bonnet.
Okay, what can you tell me about Steve Bonnet?
What can you tell me about Steve Bonnet?
He's the only one here doing something to keep Bonetown alive. Without him, our village would be much worse off. I suggest you go visit him. He knows everything about Bonetown. If you need something specific, he'll be able to help you for sure. These days, he lives in the town hall to deal with all the city's problems, but he's always available to everyone.
Thank you. I'll visit him as soon as possible.
Okay, I think that's it, right?
Thanks, and goodbye.
Thank you for visiting the Bonetown Library. If you need a specific book,
Thanks.
Okay, Steve Bonnet. I'm sure he's on the list. Bonnet. My god, he's not? He's actually not on the list? That means he's the bad guy. He has to be the bad guy. I mean, come on, he's the mayor. He's not on the list. He has to be the bad guy. Okay. So we need to open that chest, but I think we can't open it yet. So let's go talk to the mayor. Dude, this guy's still stalking us.
Very strange. I have the feeling I'm being watched. Better be careful. You never know what can happen in Bonetown.
Okay, so can we go to the restaurant? This is going to be the end for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy watching my videos or you just want to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like, a comment in which you tell me your favorite adventure games, subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified the moment I post something new, and I'll see you in the next one. Jane!